I'm creating this video to explain you about Control-M architecture. So in Control-M we have mainly three components: Control-M Server, Control-M Enterprise Manager, and Control-M Agent. Control-M Enterprise Manager, also called Control-M EM, and then we have Control-M Server, and we have Control-M Agent. There can be one or multiple Control-M agents installed. Okay, so this is a broad level communication which happens between all these three components. So Control-M EM is going to be talking to Control-M Server, and Control-M Server is going to be talking to Control-M Agent. But you'll be passing all the requests to Control-M Enterprise Manager, to Control-M Server, and Control-M Server is going to take care of the request, and it is going to further request for the job execution, or the job, if you want to see the job logs, or if you want to see the job status. So it is going to further request to Control-M Agent to collect the latest information about those jobs, and those information will again be passed from Control-M Agent to Control-M Server and to Control-M Enterprise Manager. Okay, and in Control-M Enterprise Manager again we have Control-M Workload Automation Client, Control-M Workload Automation, also called WLA. This is a client which gets installed, and by the way, we are taking into consideration that we are working on Control-M version 8, so we are going to talk more about Control-M version 8. Although I guess the high level architecture is same even on the previous versions, but it may not be true. So we have Control-M Workload Automation, and we have Control-M Configuration Manager, which is also called Control-M CCM, or just called CCM. And then we have Control-M Reporting Services, Control-M Reporting, and we also have Control-M Self-Service Component. So these are the components of Control-M Enterprise Manager, which you can also call it Control-M Enterprise Manager Client component. So all these components can be called part of Control-M Enterprise Manager Client. Okay, so I'm just gonna insert some text here and just call it Control-M Enterprise Manager Client. So these are Control-M EM client components, or I'll rather just put it here. Okay, so we have 4 Control-M EM client components, and then we have GUI server, those for Control-M GUI server, or we call it GUI server. So this is a server which actually communicates to the Control-M server. So when we say Control-M Enterprise Manager is going to talk to the Control-M server, which means that the request is going to be passed through GUI server. And all the client components is going to talk to GUI server. So my Control-M workload automation client will be talking to GUI server or graphical user interface Control-M GUI server. So communication will be like this. Control-M workload automation is talking to GUI server, and Control-M configuration manager is again talking to GUI server, and Control-M reporting is also talking to GUI server. Control-M self-service also talks to GUI server, but it doesn't talk directly, so it is going to be communicating via the web server, which is responsible for web, which is a kind of web interface which you can say with web to process web interface requests. So this is how Control-M server self-services request is going to be passed to GUI server. Okay, so you can call these components as Control-M server components, and our Control-M GUI server is going to have its own database. Database here. This is a Control-M database. So if we are installing version 8, by default name of the database which gets installed is EM800 if you are not changing the name of the database during the installation. Okay. So GUI server is having its own database to process requests or store the information or to process the information. And GUI server is going to be talking to Control-M server. So basically you may want to remove this connectivity, and we may call all of these as Control-M components. So this is what is Control-M. Alright. Okay. So this is what we have Control-M Enterprise Manager architecture. As of now, we are not going to discuss that what different type of architecture or how Control-M Enterprise Manager is going to be installed, or what kind of, whether they can be on the same machine or whether they can be on a different machine. As of now, we are just focusing on the high-level architecture, high-level communication of the Control-M, different Control-M components. Okay, so Control-M server, so Control-M agent is never going to talk to Control-M Enterprise Manager components directly. It is always going to be talking to Control-M server. And Control-M server is also having its own database. which is Control-M. So in version 8, it is GTRLM 800. This is the name which it gets installed with. It is Control-M database, which is GTRLM 800. So it's gonna have its own database. And Control-M agent further. So we can have Control-M control modules installed on any of the machines where Control-M agent is installed. So I can have control modules like Control-M for SAP BO or Control-M for Informatica or Control-M for SAP jobs, and all these components are going to be installed on the same machine where we already have Control-M agent installed. So these control modules are going to talk to Control-M agent, and Control-M agent is going to talk to Control-M server. So this is pretty much the Control-M server architecture which we have. In my upcoming videos, I'll be going in more detail how different components of Control-M talk to each other, which process is used when they communicate to each other, and I'll try to give more clarity on the communication protocol which is used, and I'll be talking more about the architecture, more about the different kind of installation which we can perform. Hope you like my videos. Thank you so much for watching.